Hello, everyone. This is the Intentional Insights open part of the board meeting on May 23rd, 2018. Welcome, everyone. So my name is Gleb Tsipursky. I'm the president of Intentional Insights, and here is...
I'm Agnes Vishnevkin, and I'm the vice president of Intentional Insights.
And please go ahead.
And I'm Bentley Davis, one of the board members and the Pro-True Pledge Central Coordination Committee chair.
Excellent. And we have one person with us tonight. Kelly, do you want to, if you're able to, and if you have the voice on, can you share a little bit about yourself? Might not be working, but you can share about yourself in the chat. Anyway, so this is the part where I share about what's been going on with Intentional Insights and where we share about what's been going on with Intentional Insights. Oh, Stephanie Frizzell joined us. Welcome, Stephanie. So we share about what's been going on with Intentional Insights over the past month and get your questions about any aspects of what we've been focusing on. So our biggest focus, of course, as it has been for the last year, has been the Pro-True Pledge. Outside of that, we haven't done too much. I did a presentation to an HR audience about social intelligence and diversity and inclusion. But we've been mainly focused on the Pro-True Pledge, and we did a couple of media promotions, but we haven't been getting as much media as we would have liked, which is too bad, but such is life. We've been much more successful at getting politicians and other public figures to take the Pro-True Pledge. So something I'm really excited to announce is that we have 2 new advisory board members. We have one of them is Stefan Lewandowski, who is one of the most prominent researchers on misinformation. He's the head of the Post-Fact Global Network, which is a network that unites academics who work in the Pro-True Pledge. So it's very exciting, and he's helping us with the research aspects of the Pro-True Pledge, kind of advice there and some networks there. So that's very good, very helpful that he has joined the team, the advisory board. And the other person who recently joined the advisory board is an even bigger name, so household name, Peter Singer, very prominent Australian moral philosopher, wrote lots of books, and he's been quite supportive, and so he decided to join our advisory board as well. And so he provides networking connections and big prominence. So we're very happy about that. That's really exciting. And so we're really happy to have Peter Singer join the advisory board. So that's been really good. So that's something at the top of the organizational hierarchy that's been going on. We've been also working on fundraising. Our fundraiser, we were hoping to raise 15,000. We unfortunately weren't successful. We raised about 11,000. So that leaves us quite a bit of funding kind of short, and we're really trying to figure out how to resolve these challenging financial issues so that we weren't able to raise as much money as we want. So that's a problem. We don't have as many volunteers as we would like. The volunteers, especially in leadership positions, we really are looking for volunteers to do a whole variety of things. We've been able to accomplish surprisingly much with our limited resources of volunteer efforts and labor. And our one of the volunteers who I want to note is who is present in this phone call is Stephanie Frizzell, and she's our volunteer of the month for this month. So thank you very much, Stephanie, for all your activism. Really appreciate it. Awesome. So Stephanie, you can see in the recent newsletter Stephanie's role and what she's doing there. So one of the things that she's doing and that has been particularly successful is working to get politicians to take the Pro-True Pledge by researching the politicians and doing personal outreach to politicians to encourage them to take the Pro-True Pledge. Using these sorts of strategies, we were able to get 5 state legislators and 3 national U.S. Congress men and women to take the Pro-True Pledge. So I'm very pleased that we've had that sort of large impact. And so we're getting more and more public figures to take the Pro-True Pledge, which is really exciting. So that's the progress report for the organization as a whole, and I welcome any questions that any of you may have about what's going on and any comments. Yes, Stephanie, do you want to unmute yourself?
You can unmute.
I can, no, I can't. I don't think I can unmute.
It's a little thing at the top that's like a microphone.
Yeah, there should be a little thing at the top like a microphone. It should be red right now for you. And if you press on it, it should light up to be
not red.
To be not red. Let me share the screen and show you. Yeah, no, that's not going to work.
You can type in your question.
Anyway, you can type in your question, so that's not a problem either. So welcome to type in your question, and any other folks are welcome to share questions too. So there's a chat.
I got it.
There you go.
All right.
Perfect. Okay. Hey,
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, wonderful. Wow, technology is crazy. Okay. I've been thinking, I'm sure y'all have already thought this or figured it out, but is there or should there be a way, I think there should too, when you go to the pledge website and you click on pledge takers who has taken it, is there not some way to search a particular name, or if or divide them into like the states?
Great question. I'll let Bentley, who is our main website developer, in addition to being the chair of the Central Coordination Committee, handle that one.
Yeah, so I mean, right now it kind of shows up on the map, but it's not by state. We've looked into making it kind of displayed by state to get the numbers. Then that would be helpful. So we're gonna look at that. But also, if you I guess it depends on whether you're talking about the pledge takers page or the public figures page.
I think the public comment about both. So the public
Okay.
figures one.
So for the public
Yeah.
figures page, yes, we've wanted to get a search in there, so that is on our list, so that you could type in a name like Peter Singer and it'll go to that person, or to be able to filter the list. That would probably be the way we do that page. Probably not by location, because a lot of the public figures location is not that important. So yeah. So I think we'll add a search to that page pretty soon.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure.
Good question.
Good question. We can.
Ow!
Oh no, are you okay?
He does that. Yeah,
Oh,
he
you're dead.
does that.
Oh, silly kitty.
Pets.
Hey,
Hey.
good to see you. Good to see Russ. Hey, Russ.
Cool.
Okay, other questions and comments? I'll count back from 5 and then move on to the next part unless there are questions or comments. And folks can chat their questions, or they can raise them. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, great. So going onward to the next part of the presentation, where we'll talk about how to get more pledge signers over the summer in order to public figures and private citizens, in order to pave the way for getting more public figures, especially politicians, to sign the pledge over the in time for the 2018 election. So that's been something that we've been struggling to do, to figure out how to encourage and motivate people to become canvassers, to go out and sign and gather signatures for the pro-truth pledge. And that's been a challenge. So people have been saying that they're willing to gather signatures, but then they're not as willing to gather signatures as we would hope that they would be. So I know Stephanie here has been really good about gathering signatures and asking public figures to take the pledge, so politicians in her area, so that's great. But this has been a struggle for us to motivate and encourage volunteers to do a relatively basic thing of going out on the streets and gathering signatures for the pro-truth pledge. So I wanted to just throw this question out there and get people's feedback on what they think would be effective means and strategies of encouraging volunteers to go out and gather signatures, which is a really effective and clear and basic way of getting people to take the pledge. I guess the rest of you struggle with this question as well.
No one's sitting on like a magical ocean.
Magical solution.
Magical solution.
Oh, let's
Does
see.
Stephanie do you have any ideas for cloning yourself?
No?
No? Bentley? Cloning Bentley? Can we clone people? No?
That would be
Not
hard.
a thing?
As soon as we can.
As soon as we can. I mean, you work in a genetics company.
Yeah.
You'll be the first to know when you can clone yourself.
That's right.
Very good. Let us know.
Maybe Stephanie, maybe you can share about what motivated you to go out to gather signatures for the pro-truth pledge, if you'd be willing to do so. That might be helpful. So we can't hear you right now, so yep, doing the same thing, whatever you did last time. Okay.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. This is really confusing because I don't remember how I learned about the pledge. I can't remember exactly where it was. It was somewhere online, and I saw that it was, Peter Singer on the website and the public figures, and I saw he took it, and I was like, because I've always admired him, and I thought, wow, if he took it, it has something else is right about this thing, right? So, because I know he's like a really smart guy, and he's way cool too. And so I read it, and I thought about it a lot, and it makes total sense. And I just was like, this, yeah, yeah. And how the country is going now, something had to be done. It was just something, I was tired of just, sitting around picking my nose and wishing.
Okay. And
So
you overcame some your personal comfort zone going out to gather signatures for the pledge. What motivated you to do that, to kind of go out and gather signatures? The same desire to do something, make a difference?
correct. Exactly. I was just, Exactly.
Okay, excellent.
I'm
Well,
not good at talking.
It's okay. You were quite eloquent in describing your motivation. I think that's a really great way of summarizing it. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I appreciate you sharing that. Awesome.
You're welcome.
Okay. Yes, we need to clone Stephanie and clone others. But yes, it sounds like getting, it might be beneficial to think about how we can get more word out to Peter Singer's fans and other people's fans who took the Pro-Truth Pledge, who are prominent public figures, and get word to them that the public figure they admire took the pledge, and then, how about they take the pledge and then share the word. So that might be a strategy to think about. Okay. Well, thank you, everyone. I appreciate you coming to this meeting, and appreciate you sharing your thoughts and ideas and asking your questions. That was great. All right, everyone.
Any more questions or any kind of comments?
Yeah, I do. Can you still hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Stephanie. Please.
Oh, okay. Okay, I know I have asked this through email before to Agnes, and I've never received a response. So I assume that it was a no. But you said that I made volunteer of the month, and so I was like, oh, I replied, and I was like, oh, that's great. Now, does that mean I get to quote unquote meet Peter Singer?
Yeah, I actually wasn't sure what you meant by that, like meet him in person.
No.
Or like, yeah,
I
guess
know
I
he
just wasn't
lives
sure,
like far away.
What I meant. So I guess I just wasn't sure. I did see your email, but I wasn't quite sure like what you meant. How to meet him.
He does.
I meant like through email, just like say, hey, I'm here. So,
Okay. Yeah, because like none of us have met him, or like I've never talked to him. So
yeah,
he's kind of like out there. Maybe a couple phone calls with him, right?
So yeah, Peter Singer, I've communicated with him mainly by email. So I mean, he's now on the advisory board, and so he presumably reads emails, and he'll read the email newsletter that went out saying that you're the volunteer of the month. So he would see that.
All right, cool.
Awesome. If you want me to pass something on to him by email, please just send me a little note with that, and I will pass it on to him. Okay?
Just a hello. I am here.
Excellent.
Someone in Olympia really likes you.
Okay, great.
Okay.
That's good to know. Well, maybe I'll just send him a videotape of this broadcast, so he'll know that, there was a fan of his who took the Pro-Truth Pledge and who really likes it. Okay, I think that will be the best way.
Cool.
All right.
Cool.
Great, everyone. Well, thank you so much for participating, and we will see you in a month when we have the next board meeting. Awesome. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thanks.
Bye.